Reflections of Who You Are was developed by a scientist named Herman Rorschach. He made a test commonly referred to as the ink blot test in 1921. He made this test to reveal unconscious parts of our personality and to diagnose our psychopathology. It was also used to assess people with schizophrenia and depression. The testing pool consisted of average people, depressed people, convicts, and schizophrenics. The test starts with a series of images, and the subject interprets the images by projecting his or her inner conscious, or another way to think about it is the little voices in their head.
That looks like beautiful mountains. That looks like two pigs clapping. I see two women pushing a stroller. That looks like a butterfly.
A normal reaction in the Rorschach ink blot test reflects an individual's ability to perceive and interpret the world in a way that is socially and cognitively typical. It suggests emotional balance, clear thinking, and healthy social and cognitive functioning. Responses are neither overly distorted nor excessively influenced by sociological distress or abnormal perceptions.
That looks like a dead dog. Go.
I don't know. It looks like blood. I don't know.
A depressed reaction to the Rorschach ink blot test typically refers to responses that reflect symptoms of depression or low mood. These reactions may be characterized by emotional withdrawal, pessimism, sadness, hopelessness, or tendency to focus on darker or negative aspects in the ink box. It looks like a severed head. It looks like a murder scene. Haven't I answered enough?
Wait. Security!
Sit down. A criminal reaction to the Rorschach ink blot test refers to responses that suggest antisocial, aggressive, or criminally oriented thought patterns or behaviors. These reactions can reflect tendencies towards violence, manipulation, disregard for social norms, or lack of empathy. Individuals who exhibit criminal reactions may show a focus on power, control, and dominance, as well as tendencies to perceive the world through a lens of hostility, mistrust, or aggressive behavior.
Aliens exist!
Go.
They're eating our brains.
Go.
Why are you staring at me?
Go.
What do you see?
The crazy reaction typically refers to a response that is seen as highly unusual, erratic, or disconnected from conventional interpretations. People taking the test are shown symmetrical ink blocks and asked to describe what they see. Their response can offer insights into their cognitive processes, emotional states, and personality traits.
This study has changed in many ways. As we mentioned previously, it was originally designed to discover if someone was schizophrenic. Now it's used to help doctors understand someone's personality characteristics, emotional state, and thought processes. The process also changed a lot since it was created. Now there are more ink blots, there are 45 instead of 10. The administration is different. Before it was projected with roll film. It was also originally intended for one person to do it at a time, and now it can be administered in groups or you can do it yourself. And lastly, the scoring is different. There is more criteria, like what the person is focused on, and also establishing norms like how common their response was.
The ink blot test is a highly subjective one, with scoring relying on the examiner's interpretation. Not everyone sees the same things, and that means there is no set score to look at. This means that two examiners may have a different conclusion of the same person's responses. The ink blot test also does not have a specific standardization population. Demographic variables like age, gender, culture, and education have no effect. Languages and culture can also change the test effectiveness. Not everyone is the same, and people, even ones in the same family, can have greatly varying beliefs and in turn view things differently.
To conclude, we see the ways that several people respond to different situations, typically those who are in different state of mind. Tests are being taken. This study shows that people sometimes tend to show a version of themselves to the world that may not be their true being. It might seem as if a person is being authentic when in reality it may not be that way. Understanding this shows that the ink blot shows several different characteristics of different people.